What will you say to them? You are managing an agile project. Most of stakeholders have worked. They are expecting daily reports, but they are not getting it. One of the key stakeholders have called and said they are not getting the report. Ask them to follow. We don't have a communication plan. Yes. Apologize? No. No. Okay, so B is the best answer. As this thing is sometimes called as cultural shock. So whenever this like more precise ways that when you move from a if the question says now a stakeholder has moved from a predictive environment to a agile environment. I'll make a question for that. A stakeholder has moved from a predictive environment to a agile environment. What do we call it? We called it cultural shock. That the culture is different. Agile people don't expect the report, but he is expecting it. That's kind of important and real important to understand. Acha ji. Next, you are managing the project with the current SPI point 0.9. So SPI point 0.9, this means SPI is very near to the project. Like one is a good thing, it's very near. CPI 1.4, excellent. You can crash it without doubt. He has asked to improve the project. But we are not very bad. Tell him it's not in a good condition because it's near to good condition, but SPI is still less than 1. Okay? So we cannot say that. Raise the change request? Yes, it's a good answer. But I always say do the elimination technique. Let's go to our next option. Have a team meeting. Yep. Like why he is asking to do that? What can be done? What are the options? Then go for that. Fire the low performing? No. I would go for C as a right answer. You have just been hired as the project manager. The charter has been approved. What is the first step? So that was the last step. Review business case? No. If the question said that you are making mm, pre, what was the word, guys? I told in the last Monday coaching call. If the question said high level scope, it is project charter. If it is says detailed, it is project scope statement. And for business case, what did I say? I forget that. Please tell me. So no, this is already done. Identify stakeholder. This comes later. This is the sequence actually. When the project charter manager come, this is step one. This is step two. This is step three. Okay, and actually you can put step 1.5, share that project charter to the key stakeholders. That can be 1.5. Thank you. Thank you. Preliminary scope. Yes, if the question says preliminary scope, it's a business case. If it said high level scope, it's a charter. Detailed scope, project scope statement or baseline. Thank you, guys. You have reviewed the charter, your initiation. Some resources will leave. At this stage, what will you update? I'll update this? No. I'll update this? No. This comes later. Assumption log has that critical information. Okay. You are the project manager working in a large petroleum company. You are in the process of identifying sticker. Resistant. I always say that if someone is resistant, he's against you. Okay. High power, high interest. Okay. Power, interest. Low power, high interest. Low power, low interest. Low power, high interest. If somebody is highly interested, then and only then he can be resistant. And we have a stakeholder engagement matrix which has a column unaware, resistant, neutral. So we will manage him closely. We'll keep him very close to heart. You are the project manager working in a large petroleum company. Very important. Not managing, he is resistant to the project. Again, Send him daily report. Okay, not a bad thing. Call him. Very good thing. Excellent. No, C is the right answer. Okay, during execution phase, a new stakeholder, what will you do? Now this comes back to the sequence of that. Whenever a stakeholder is identified, you put him into stakeholder register. Then see if it's important, we need to raise a CR. Okay. Then stakeholder engagement plan is updated. Then communication management plan or project management plan is updated. Once all the plans are updated, then assumption log. D is the right answer. So what do we have? A stakeholder was identified in the execution. You have updated the plan. What will you do? So that's what I discussed in the previous question. This is updated. This is done. This is done. This is done. Now you will update the assumption log. When the project management plan is updated, everything else comes under it. This comes under it. This happens before. So we are left with option C here only. Only option C is left. Guys, always remember 4 hours of communication. Right information at right time to right people, the right impact. So here is not review communication plan. The question does not says update communication plan. If we have to update the communication plan, we have to raise a change request.